The ninth visitor. Copper ran downstairs with fears in her eyes, clutching the knife tightly in her trembling hand. She saw the door slightly ajar and wondered how that was possible. She clearly remembered locking it when she came in. Slowly, she pushed it open, her heart beating loudly in her chest, expecting the worst. In a low, shaky tone, she called out to the ninth visitor. "Who is there? What do you want? Say something!" Silence. No response. She stared into the darkness, her imagination racing, trying to form a mental picture of someone fierce and dangerous, but nothing came. The corridor beyond remained empty. Relief washed over her when no one replied. Yet, fear lingered in her. Someone might knock again, she thought. Someone might already be watching. Maybe I was just hearing things, she whispered to herself, trying to calm her nerves. Turning back inside, she set the knife down on the table and took her medication, hoping it would ease her pounding chest. A little calmer now, she decided to make herself a cup of tea. It was unusual for her to be awake at that hour, but she could not help it. Sleep had abandoned her. Sitting down, she took a slow sip from her steaming cup. Finally, she gasped. The mobile network has been restored. Almost immediately, notification began to flood her phone. She reached for it eagerly, thinking of messages she had missed. But as she opened them, her face drained of color. There it was. A video of her returning from work, another of her bathing, more clips showing everything she has done since she came home. Copper Efe's body went cold. Her breath caught in her throat. Someone has been in her space. Someone has been watching her every move. She wasn't safe. Panicked, she jumped up. Her legs wigged beneath her and ran upstairs to grab her car keys. But before she could step out, her phone buzzed again. One last message appeared on her screen. Too late, too late. Her hands trembled violently as she stared at those words. Her phone slipped and hit the floor with a thud. The next morning, the police examined Efe's lifeless body. Neighbors stood in shock, whispering among themselves. Nobody had heard anything during the night. Nobody had anything to say. It had been a quiet night, and even a quieter morning, until Efe's delivery man found her lying beside her car, with a note clutched in her stiff fingers. It read, "I will knock again." The security cameras around the Copper's lodge were checked, but every single file had been wiped clean. Copper Efe, the only copper who have stayed back in the abandoned lodge others had rejected, was now known everywhere. A tragic story spread across the media, stirring fear across villages and towns, and still, the ninth visitor was ready to knock again. Do you want to end up like Copper Efe? Mama would say, asked the children. Mama would say, ended the story with the question, looking into the wide, fearful eyes of the children gathered before her. Her voice had dropped to a whisper by the end, and the fire beside them crackled faintly, casting shadows across their faces. It all happened in this same Delta state. This same our village. This is why you must never go near the forbidden Copper's lodge. Mama would say herself had heard the story while growing up, though she knew there were many unsaid words surrounding the death of Copper Efe. Some villagers claimed Efe had fought with Mama Atachi River, the old witch who lived near the river bank. Others insisted she had quarreled with Ochiko, the village drunk, after accusing him of stealing from her. There were also tales of dispute with her fellow coppers. Efe had a sharp tongue and rarely held back her opinions. She was known everywhere, but never truly liked by many. That morning, before her body was carried away, the chief priest had come quickly to cleanse her corpse. After performing the ritual, he whispered words only the elders could hear. They shook heads bravely, but nothing was revealed to the villager who had gathered, desperate for answers. Suspicion filled the air. Everyone Efe had quarreled with became a suspect. Finger pointed in every direction, but all those accused denied involvement. Nobody confessed. Days turned into weeks into months, and months into years. The Copper Lodge where she had lived became overrun with weeds, grass, and rodents. It was once white, drew black with damp. Windows cracked, doors rotted, and the roof sagged. But still, no one dare enter the compound, not even to clean it. The villagers avoided it. Children were well never to step near the lodge. Hunters walked fast and went passing it at night. Even drunk men who stumbled through the village kept far away, munching silent prayers. But the question remained, echoing through the years like the sound of a restless spirit. Who killed Copper Efe? And perhaps more chilling, what did the priest tell the elders that day? No one knew. No one dared to ask, yet everyone felt something was fishy, something beyond ordinary human hands. Now, decades later, Mama Ose retold the story to the next generation, her words carrying the same weight of mystery, sorrow, and fear. The villagers soon showed that when they remember, for the ninth visitor had never been caught. Although the years have passed, everyone agreed on one thing: the knock will come again. Now, I wonder, how did I tell this story so perfectly?